key to C2 Sense technology is the specificity. We've seen a lot of sensor technologies come and go over the years. We've seen a lot of very good publications from different research groups. We've seen some startups. But one common theme when sensing companies struggle is that transition from the lab to the real world. So you take the sensor out of the lab where you're measuring, let's say, ammonia gas in a dry nitrogen stream, take it out into a chicken house where you want to control ammonia levels, monitor them, and now suddenly you have varying humidity levels. You have high humidity, sometimes it fluctuates, you have high temperatures, you have a lot of other compounds present, and handling those types of situations is not trivial at all. You have a sensor, for example, that is supposed to pick up 1 part per million ethylene gas in a fruit storage facility in the presence of 10,000 parts per million water. So it needs to be incredibly specific for the compounds you care about, and that is the main challenge that we set out to solve. The way we do that is we combine our nanotube-based network with what we call a selector. That selector, you can think of it a little bit like a simplified version of an enzyme. So it's designed to interact specifically with what you care about. If it's hydrogen bonding, if it's something that mimics a Diels-Alder reaction, if it's something that is similar to metal catalyzed reaction that involves your target compound, you have all these different chemical interactions that are built into our sensing material, and that gives us the specificity. And at the same time, we choose something that doesn't only have that targeted interaction, but also has a very weak interaction with other compounds, other interference that might be present in that environment. A key problem of the digital world right now is to bring real-world information into that environment, make it digital. We have amazing cameras and image recognition right now. We have audio sensors, voice recognition. We have physical sensors like accelerometers, and all of these work really great. One sense that's missing is the sense of smell, because it is not trivial at all to build gas sensors that are simple and smart and not a benchtop lab instrument, but something you can distribute that could be coupled to your smartphone or that can be in your refrigerator to detect that kind of information. Now, once you have that, it's extremely powerful. So you can think of a sensor that's in your crisper that smells the ethylene gas that's coming from the tomatoes you're storing there. It smells that ethylene is going up, and that is an indicator that these tomatoes are starting to get ripe. Now, once that information is digital, it becomes really interesting. You can use it and send a text message to, you can get a text message on your phone telling you, hey, your tomatoes are getting ripe, and the steak you have, based on some other markers, the steak you have in your fridge, you can still eat it today, it's going to be great, but 2 days from now it might not be. And the app that you have that comes with it, it can tell you, hey, you have these ingredients that you should eat soon, here's a recipe suggestion, here are some missing ingredients, if you press this button you can order them from an online retailer, or you can go to that shop and it has a shopping list for you. And that is very powerful because it adds a lot of convenience, it reduces waste, and it can also be used to encourage you to eat more healthy food. And so C2 Sense goes about that goal step by step. Right now, the first step where we can have the biggest impact is in the food supply chain. There we are working with people in the apple storage industry, with people in the poultry industry, where a sensor at this stage that's a little larger, that can monitor large areas, can already be very powerful for reducing waste, for example. And then step by step we are creating more and more capabilities, and once we have that suite of different capabilities, that's when we can bring it to your home, to your fridge, and it will be small enough that you just place that little device there and that can collect all this information for you.